What's up on this Thursday for the podcast, Second Cup of Sunrise? I'm Brennan. He's James. We'll cover a lot of ground here, as always. The weather yesterday.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Superb.
Beautiful. But I live much closer to the lake than you do.
Sure.
It was chilly.
Not as warm as
I mean,
we were.
like the difference of 104 versus just a few blocks to the north.
Yeah.
Like whenever I go to pick everyone up from school, different daycare, which is not on that side of 104, I'm like, man, this is nice out. And then get to my house.
The lake
Start walking
race.
around. We're going to ride bikes. Freezing.
Oh,
I know.
doesn't take much.
It was like my watch and my car, and you can't really trust them, but like they were doing 8 to 10 degree swings.
Oh,
Of just how was it? It was just
That's
like
wild.
so different. Steph works at Bushell's Basin. She's like, man, we just have to get outside. It's beautiful. She thought she was gonna be hot when we took the girls out on some bikes, and we were frozen. We were in mittens, hats, and just like we ran back inside. 5 o'clock, sun was up. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
and then turned on the fireplace. It was feeling
no.
it. Yeah,
Like that. It's a big old body of water just to the north.
I know.
We got the 52 I saw. Got called out by the wife a little bit yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah. If she doesn't like know the weather or know big things, she wants to, she takes it out on me. So I have to make sure that as a meteorologist, that I let her know. She told me last night, she's like, I want to know if there's something notable and noteworthy. Otherwise, I don't care.
nothing.
That's basically what it was. So let me know.
If it's just a ho-hum day, not
Right.
like today because we got rain, but there will be days during
Yeah.
the summer where it's,
Just
we're
very
waking up, it's
typical.
50s and 70s, nothing.
Right.
Was she checking the app?
Yesterday,
Checking with you to
no,
say like
she does
nothing.
not look at the weather.
Nothing.
No, I think she's honestly like kind of like I use her kind of as a bellwether. I think she's like most people that
I
don't
think-
give a you know what about the weather unless it's going to impact them.
I am right there with you. Not me, but Steph.
Yeah.
Today, as I was doing school and drop off at the in-laws, as she's looking great, I walked in. I was like, "You look beautiful today." Like what she
Yeah.
was wearing, and she has some new shoes,
Ah.
some new Nikes, and I said, "It's gonna rain." And I
Yeah.
was like, "You might have some puddles later." And she was like, "Oh, I'm going to a high school, going to be with some kids, and
Yeah.
like." Kids love the shoes and stuff.
dude,
And then
vibe.
I said, before she walked out the door, I said, "Here's this." And it was her rain jacket.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Do I need this?" I was like, "Yes."
You will need
Yes.
it later
Trying to need
today.
that. Other than that,
So
it would just be snow squall in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It would just pop up out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
right.
Yeah.
So yesterday morning was like low 30s and fog, and my wife drives a dark car.
Yeah.
And she's always in her car like a lot throughout the day. And so you're wearing a heavy winter jacket because it's like cold, wind chills in the 20s. And then by the afternoon, it's sunny and 50, and if all the windows are closed, that black car is going to feel like 70 when you get in it. And you get in a 70-degree car and you're wearing your winter jacket, from moving around and chasing preschoolers all morning.
Yeah.
You're going to be running hot. She was like, I did not think it was going to be that warm. I'm like, it wasn't really that warm, but in a relative sense, it's been so cold. It was only our third 50-degree day so far this year. So, yeah, it was definitely warm, but yeah, she was a little surprised by it, which I get,
Yeah. The difference is windows and windshields. Like in your home, very warm with the sun we've had.
Right.
And yesterday, I had on my jacket, left the noon show, got in the car, and I thought I had the seat warmer on. Black car, black seats.
Sure.
Where I was parked in our back parking lot, sun right on it. And I was like, man,
Yes.
it is hot. Sunroof open it up.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, let's go. And
Let the
I
fresh air in. Nice.
did go for a run yesterday with short shorts.
You wore the shorts. Brought 'em out.
Long sleeve shirt and very short shorts. And I was like, boy, this is
Get the
this is all
thighs
right.
back
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
They
Thighs
probably
back
missed
out.
it. Hadn't seen the sun in 8 months.
It was, people probably thought I was just wearing white pants, white leggings, just
Right.
like that. Yes.
Blinding. What is
I know. People
sun-
swerving and everything. Like, watch out.
Yeah.
It keeps me protected whenever I do that. 'cause no
Yeah,
one's gonna
that's
come near
true.
me.
Right. They're swerving
I don't
away.
need a yellow vest or anything like that. They know exactly what I have. Let's see. 2 days ago, so Tuesday,
Yeah.
I decided to check the mail. Probably the first time since last Tuesday before.
Wild.
And I opened it up and it was packed. There was even a package in there. There were probably 6 to 8 letters, envelopes, cell magazines,
Man.
everything like that. Yeah.
Crazy. It's right there, isn't it? You just
It's
drive
always
by
right
when you're
there.
pulling in.
There are, sometimes I will, do you, Is your mailbox on your house side of the road? Or is it across?
It's on this. I technically have to go
Across the
against
street.
the
Oh,
grain
against it.
to pick it up, but I can still reach out and grab it.
Do you pull in and check your mail that way, or will you park and then walk out so you're not going against the traffic?
I pull right. I roll on the window, reach my arm out. There's not enough traffic to be concerned about.
Me too. Everyone lives on, it's a busy cut through road. That's what everyone's street is that they live on. I do that. And sometimes it was getting tough lately, like pulling up on the snow bank and then the ice bank.
Sure.
And there are some days where I'll pull up and I will open it. And if I see one or two pieces, I'm like, I'll get it next time. I'll leave it.
Leave it if
I'll
it's
leave
open.
it. There's nothing that comes through my mail
That's so funny.
that's important
Just
or
grab
that I
it.
pay. Like sometimes I will do that work. I will roll on the window and I'll just look and I'll be like, I'm not going to lean out. I'll get it in a couple of days. Yeah, it's just fact.
So silly. It's right there. Just grab it.
Iran got so bad. She told us, and she's not in here this morning, that USPS put a hold on her mail service because it was so full in the mailbox. I'm assuming they left her a letter saying, we're putting a hold on your mail. You're gonna have to come pick it up because they were not gonna leave it. I was like, wow, that is a long time.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Mine's been jammed a couple of times, but anyway, finally went through it, and I opened up this. This is where you can't.
That looks official.
Yeah, it looks like a giant check or something.
Yeah,
or a W-2
They
or
always
something,
do
right?
that. They trick you. They make you do the perforations on the outside.
It was addressed to the resident of this address. No names, and I open it up. And this is from the U.S. Census Bureau.
Oh.
The United States Census, official business, says the American Community Survey, your response required by law. This is something that we do several articles about a year.
Yeah.
Because we get questions because so many people are like, is it legit or am I being scammed on it?
Yeah.
And no, it's a real thing. And I can pull this up here. It is. So you go to census.gov, American Community Survey. So the census, every decade. This is, they send it out, my understanding is, every year just to a randomized drawing of addresses. And you're supposed to, you do it all online, respond.census.gov, ACS. And what you do is you answer a survey about housing, education, jobs. What they do is they take this feedback to work on improving roads, reducing traffic, building schools, planning for healthcare needs of seniors. There's more about how government funding is distributed, and you can fill it out online. And it says your response is required by U.S. law because you've been asked to take part. It's vital you complete the survey to help critical needs in your area. And there is a penalty if you do not respond.
It's House of Representatives politics as well. I mean, don't you get more seats if you have a higher population?
Well, that would be like the full-on census, but this could be like...
Oh, this is different than that.
Yeah, I think that this is... obviously, they'll know people, but it's like who's living where, what are the needs, what's the financial income, like the average of that. So who needs this from, let's throw it out, Department of Education, DOT, whatever it may be. And so it's a real thing. I just thought it was odd that, how long have I, 2012, 14 years into this business, I've never gotten one of these, but I've read it on air countless times. So I'll fill it out. I actually said, Steph, do you want to do it? She said I would. And I was like, well, let me take it to the pod. Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, I totally was thinking that it would be like 2029 is when you'd start seeing them, and they only do this every 10 years. But I guess this one's a little bit different.
Yeah, so they do the full-on countrywide survey, everyone.
There?
Yeah, and this is kind of samples kind of in between on what they do. So it's what they have.
How about that? ACS. You'd think
they do data releases for each year, so I don't know how many million people they do it, but average travel time to work, they calculated this, 27 minutes in the U.S. Average family size, 3.1.
That seems small.
Yeah. High school graduate or higher that responded, 90%.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So those are some of the estimates, and they can put all that together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Man, there's just it is so widely different.
I know. Everywhere. And it's like, how many of these get thrown out?
Yeah.
And then they'll have to like send it again. No one's going to get a penalty. They'll just say like, please do this and, get the feedback. But
I saved an article. I haven't read yet, so I probably shouldn't be speculating on it. But I plan to read it on Billings, Montana, and the incredible wage gap that goes on there because of Trump's recent tax cuts. That has become incredibly rich and very, very poor as well. Like there's a huge gap in between the multi-millionaires that are out there, as well as the people that are like barely scraping by, like the locals. Because taxes are pretty cheap out there, and there's a ton of land, and it's really, really beautiful out there. So a lot of people are moving out there with lots of money. So you got these people with multi-million-dollar homes. Money is no object, and then you've got the firefighter that can barely, pay rent.
I just threw in Billings, Montana wage gap, and some of the stuff that pops up, not necessarily by everyone, like the 1%ers versus the not, but there's a big gender pay gap, which is another thing. So women like 73 to 77%. That really pops up. So 3/4 to every dollar that a man makes. Let me know what you find out from that story.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just bookmark it and come back to see it later.
How many times do you do that? You've got something going on, you see a headline, and you just flag it, and you're like, I'll read this later.
With Twitter or something, one way, and then you never get to it. But I will take an article and email it to myself. Through my work email or my personal, and I'm like, I know I'll eventually get to it. And sometimes when I go through to clear out the inbox, I'll find something. I was like, I never got into that. But we finally went out, as it is pothole season, to hang out with some crews yesterday, this video. So this is here in the city as they're working and busy, just because it's that time of year with the back and forth with the overnights and the daytime highs, the snow, the melting, all the runoff. And we just wanted to get some perspective on how busy some of these teams have been here in the city, and we spoke with the head of Public Works.
We go out with the crews with hot patch. We cook the asphalt in the morning prior to work start. Get out here, and we just continually go. Each crew, so they go to one site that gets called in, but there could be 3 or 4 pieces that have to be done, as you can see here.
I love it. You go to one site, and then you
There's a spot there.
You're looking down the intersection is like, or a neighbor comes out and is like, hey, right over here.
Yeah.
You have that. Webster and a lot of jurisdictions do this, put out, they're like, you can call, and there are different numbers like 311, Public Works numbers, but they're like, make sure that the road is ours. So is sections, state police handle a lot on 490 because it's their jurisdiction. Monroe County deputies do a lot on 590. So like county roads, state roads, local roads, and they're like, just double check that before you're calling in and for your neighborhood. And when we pitched this story, everyone was talking about it, and it's a good story to do, just to follow them, how many they're doing. We said, guys, we have a giant pothole coming out of our parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's out by the dumpster. And I'm not lying when you could put a medium-sized deep dish pizza in there. Easily.
It is huge.
I looked at it this morning. I was like, large, medium pizza. I was trying to think of how
how to describe it.
I think medium, deep dish. I mean, half your wheel could be in it.
Yeah.
And one of our bosses this week said, you got a pothole over there? And it was like, right over there.
How can you possibly miss it?
So photographic evidence has been taken.
Yes.
Through the IT and engineering department.
Recently discovered.
Yes. And
even though everybody already knew about it.
The fix is on the way.
Yeah, so hot patch asphalt repair used for extensive permanent repairs on driveways and roads. It's a mixture of hot sand, stone, and asphalt heated up to 150 Celsius, so very hot. Then you have to clean out the damaged area. That's really important. So you can use like a blower or whatever. You lay it onto the pothole, spread it evenly, and immediately compact it using a tamper, a roller, or an asphalt paver. So it's obviously smooth. And since it's hot, when it's applied, it blends with the old asphalt rather than just sitting on top, which is the colder stuff. And you want to use the hot stuff because it cures quickly, because ideally you let it settle for 10 minutes, it cools down, and then it's ready to rock. There are some other blends that you can use that maybe last even longer, but they don't cure as quickly. So you got to use the hot stuff. That's why in the videos you can kind of see it steaming out.
Yeah. And that's how they can do some of the work in the middle of the night or part of the day. They only have to shut down a lane for an hour or so.
Right.
And then they're fixed. But busy time there. We got more coming up on the podcast here this morning in just a little bit. Back here on the pod this Thursday. I love pothole stories. Everyone knows a pothole.
Yes.
If you ask them, they can tell you exactly where it is.
Right.
Like to great detail on that. You asked me during the break if I've ever fixed one.
Right.
In the driveway.
Yeah, and the answer is no.
No. I've never had any crack that big. I can recall.
I had some huge potholes when I first moved in, and so big that chipmunks were living in there.
Oh. So you look down and they're like little holes.
Yeah. So I probably killed like a dozen chipmunks. It was crazy. I put rat traps out, and I was catching them every day. It was insane how many chipmunks I was just slaughtering. And finally, I killed probably the whole family. And then I was like, okay, the chipmunks are gone. Time to fill the potholes. First, I tried poison. Okay. I tried like the nice way.
Oh my God.
I'll poison you. That didn't work. They laughed at the poison.
Stop.
And then I put some like cold patch in there, and they would go through because I figured I'd be like, I'll put a little cold patch in there and then they'll stop. No, they chewed right through the patch. They loved that home. So then I had to kill them. So then I just chomped them with the rat trap. So I got them. So killed the whole family. And then I bought the asphalt stuff, which is, they make it so easy.
Yeah.
You just pour it in there and you tamper it down. Voila. Well, I didn't have a tamper stool. Right. And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's the flat board and you got the pole that's sticking out of it. And that. Very simple. I didn't have one.
What'd you use?
So I took a piece of like small plywood, right? I laid it out on it and I took my car and I'm going forward and backward and forward and backward over this piece of plywood.
Like a steamroller.
Yes, like a steamroller.
Did it work?
A little bit. It worked.
Did the
enough.
plywood break or crack a little bit?
It worked enough that it was like kind of wobbling back and forth. It was very awkward, and I do not recommend. Just buy a tamp.
I can just imagine looking around like, what am I going to use? And like hold up a piece of wood, and you're like, I got my car keys.
So I'm looking at the rearview mirror, like beep, 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 back and forth over this thing. It was like, okay.
And the whole time there are just remaining chipmunks trapped under there and getting squished. Just a horrible death
I
the
felt
pothole
terrible
in it.
about it.
Oh,
Finally, it was done.
the driveway looks good though.
We're nice and smooth. No
That's it.
potholes gone.
Oh man,
This is years ago. This was when I first moved in, so 2020, something like that.
Do you have a
That's my pothole story.
tamper thing now?
No, but if I do, I know people that have one, so I will borrow.
Do you
For
seal your
next time.
driveway?
Not
you?
in years, but I'm going to this year. It's rough. It's in bad shape. I've put it on my summer to-do list to fork over some cash and get it sealed.
Yeah. We do it too. So they say what? The companies will call you and say it's been 2 years. You
Every
probably
other.
do
They want you to
2
do
to
every
3.
other,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
You can probably stretch it out to have some of that.
got
My
a
neighbors,
street.
I know when they have because they'll have 8 buckets lining the driveway and then they're out there doing it steep hill too. Like some of them, and I'm
Yeah.
like, how does that work? But I guess it like sticks immediately.
Wait, do
and,
they do it themselves?
Yes, 2 of them.
Oh,
do.
good for them.
I need to have him just come do it. I mean,
Sure.
it doesn't cost that much to have it done.
You can do it.
And you can plan if you're out of town for a weekend or however it may work. So you have to park up on the yard for a
Average
day.
driveway, $200, $300 ish.
Mine was
I would think.
170 to 200, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad.
which is pretty. I mean,
But that was 3 years ago.
I got it done 2 summers ago. I know that. Well, you know, prices now. It's probably $300 to $400.
I was going to say.
Yes. The
Yesterday's
price of the
price is
ceiling.
not today's price.
I
Is
know.
what they say.
Yes, exactly. Something in headlines this week. There is a big trial going on, Taylor Swift related, concert ticket, sporting ticket related.
Uh-huh.
So it's Ticketmaster and Live Nation. So Live Nation owns Ticketmaster. And they're now on trial in New York accused of gouging music fans. The DOJ, it's a federal case, claims Live Nation and Ticketmaster use their size to shut out competitors and drive up ticket prices. Prosecutors argue some venues risk losing tours if they don't use this company for their shows, and that some artists have felt pressure to work with Live Nation performers or else.
If the government wins, the relief is not guaranteed. So the relief could be change the kinds of contracts that you engage in, change the kind of behavior that you engage in. And we assume that that would help reduce prices.
Now, Live Nation says it's not a monopoly. This is an antitrust case. And in a statement, the company says there's more competition than ever and that Ticketmaster's market share has declined since 2010. Whenever I was looking up some numbers going on this story this morning, I read it was like 70 to 80% of concerts and venues like that it runs through them booking stuff. And they say their argument is we don't set these prices. We are the marketplace. But then people are like, well, what about the reselling? Whenever you first list tickets, people, are you doing enough to protect bots, just buying up a ton of them and then people are turning around and scalping them? Right. It's wild. The New York's attorney says Ticketmaster's getting $750 from each ticket that's sold. Doesn't sound like a lot, but think about all the tickets that are sold.
That does sound like a lot. I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. And related, I saw this come across the other day and I wanted to look more into it. There's a new ticket resale law in Maine. So basically what it says is there's a limit on the resale price of event tickets capped at resale no more than 10% above the original total price paid.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that, but part of me is also like, get what you can get. Like if someone wants to, the Bills are going to host an AFC title game. Yeah. Like, and you're saying a ticket that's sold for $600, you can only do $60, $660 versus $2,000, whatever it may be. Yeah.
Right. That's interesting.
It's interesting.
I feel like, I don't know, I kind of see it from Ticketmaster's side that they're just trying to move the tickets, necessarily. I don't like the fact that they, the bots issue, I guess you could limit the amount of tickets that certain people can buy. But even then, I don't know. I just feel like there's always going to be a hack to find it. Way around it.
It's just the way they can.
If you have a pool of $1 million and you have a bunch of different servers and 10 different cell phones that can all use AI to just auto buy a bunch of tickets. Yeah. That's really hard crime to stop.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's for any special drops on shoes, anything else, toys that go, games and Xbox whenever the next one
housing.
Comes out. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's going to be a law in the city that you have these companies that are in New York City and they're buying up Rochester houses to just rent them. That's terrible. I hate to see that when you have these beautiful homes in these nice little neighborhoods that this person is selling because they want to retire and move to like Florida or something like that. It gets bought up by a subsidiary in New York City and then they just rent the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like to see it. I want to see ownership in the city.
It's just hard to compete. That trial, by the way, with Ticketmaster, this is going to be 6 weeks. I think Kid Rock's going to testify. Maybe the lead singer from Mumford & Sons. So like big names, people. And it could end with breaking that deal up between Ticketmaster and Live Nation or getting some payments out to fans. Before we get out of here, the weather for a lousy Thursday.
Yeah, not the prettiest today. We've got the rain coming in this afternoon. I'm getting a lot of long-range questions, Brennan. First off, are we really going to see this warm up? And the answer is yes. That's a slam dunk. 70 Saturday, very warm, record 68. Eric went 70. I was just stuck with it because I was going 68, if you'll remember yesterday.
68 is the record, right?
Yep, back in 2012. And then Daylight Saving Time Sunday, beautiful there. Monday looks fantastic, and then rain showers coming in mid next week. The second long-range question is, when does winter return? And I think behind this, I'm not sure about the St. Paddy's Day parade weekend, but certainly we'll get snow showers again at some point later, second half, end of the month. We'll probably get another couple inches.
It's been close. And I mean, once you get towards the end of the 8-day, that is parade weekend getting here in Rock. We'll have more on your weather and the day's news headlines on your TV at noon. And we will close out the week Friday, second cup of sunrise, about 24 hours from now.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.